Hello YouTube, this is Billy. Today I was wanting to do a little video that might be able to help some people on trying to do their own wheel alignment. And the first thing that I did on this vehicle, it's a 2002 Lexus ES 300. The first thing you're going to want to do is get your steering wheel straight. So by putting the key in the ignition and starting it up, and get your steering wheel where it's really nice and straight. And I've already done that here, so the steering wheel is nice and straight. My way of doing this myself is I just take a jug like that and a jug like that, and on the back side, on the back of the vehicle, a jug like that and a jug like that. And what I've done is I've taken string. In my case, I use fishing string. So I've got a string tied to the top of it, and this string goes from the driver's side rear all the way to the jug on the driver's side front. And then same thing on the passenger side. I've got this jug on the rear of the passenger side with the fishing string tied to the top of it, and it comes all the way to the front side of the passenger side and tied to the top of the jug there. Now, ideally, if you can get away with doing this in the center of the wheel, that would be a little more ideal. In the case of this vehicle here, I'm wanting to remove the body of the vehicle. I'm needing to remove that out of the equation. So I've dropped down below the body of the vehicle. That way the body of the vehicle is not going to affect the string at all. So I've got that line underneath the body of the vehicle and as high up as I can. Now, you see on the back side, on the rear of the vehicle, there's really no adjustments that can be made back there, okay? It's on the front that you've got some adjustments that can be made. So when you've got that string, like we've talked about, and it's nice and taut, it's nice and tight, okay? Well, what you want to do is look at the how it's making contact on the tires, okay? So like in this case, this is the passenger side front, and it's touching the tire here, and it's touching the tire here. Now, when we get back to this back tire, you see right here, look, it's not touching right there, but it is touching back here, okay? So the only thing I can do to get this, because when it's the way you want it to be making contact in 4 spots. You know, you want it to be making contact there and there, and same thing on the front wheel. You want it to be making contact in the front of the tire and the back of the tire, the front of this tire and the back of this tire. And see, on the passenger side, I've got a gap right here on the front of the rear. Now, the only way I can get this string to go back so that it's going to be more against the tire here is this front tire needs to be adjusted. So on this edge of the tire that's closer to me, you know, towards the back of the vehicle, on right here on this side of the tire, it needs to go in that way, which will bring that string, it'll bring that string back there on that rear tire, it'll bring that string in. So when on this tire here, I need to make adjustments on this side so that this tire comes in a little bit, and as soon as that string makes contact right back there where it's got that gap, then I'll know that I've got this side aligned. And now on the driver's side of the vehicle, same thing. I've got the string going below the body of the vehicle. That way the body of the vehicle is not altering the string in any way. So on the driver's side of the vehicle, I've got, this is the front of the front tire. I've got good contact here. The string's nice and taut. Okay. And right here on the front tire, let's see. There's actually a small gap there. There's a small gap right there. Okay. And then on the rear tire, this is the rear tire on the driver's side. I've got good contact here, and the string's nice and taut. And then right here, I've got good contact. So on this gap right here, that right there, so this tire needs to come this way to touch this string. Okay, so I will get up underneath there and make an adjustment so that this tire comes slightly this way, and when it makes contact with this string, when I've got good contact here and here and in both spots there and there, then I will know I've got it lined up better than it currently is. Okay, these are the 3 wrenches that that I used on my case. 13/16, 3/4, and the 14. And what we had here on the tie rod here, this part that I'm touching right here, that one was the 13/16. This jam nut was 3/4. And to turn this one was 14. So this is the one on this one I was trying to go in with it. So with 1 wrench here and 1 wrench here, I got the jam nut to break loose. And once I got the jam nut broke loose, I ran it back to create a small space here. And then I turned this one with the 14-inch or the 14 millimeter. I turned this one with the 14 millimeter and got the gap to disappear that I created. And I just played with it back and forth until I got good contact with my string. And once I got the good contact, then I made sure I got my jam nut jammed in good so that everything stays put, and be the same thing on the other side, except for possibly vice versa, maybe instead of out, maybe in. In any event, well, for anybody this video may help, well, good luck. Bye.